My name's Sam and I'm originally from West Sussex near Brighton, and now live in Peckham in South East London, and I've been here for about 10 years now. I do mostly drawing, and I do a lot of tattooing. I paint, make collage, and I do quite a lot of writing as well. I think I got into making art from quite young. Probably, yeah, as a child really. I was always interested in making art, and especially painting. I think the first big inspiration I got as far as art, at least that I can remember, was seeing my parents used to take my siblings and I to art galleries quite often because they were interested in art. And I remember seeing the Impressionists, specifically Monet. I remember seeing Monet paintings and really feeling inspired, and as though that was something that I wanted to do. So yeah, that was probably when I was about, I don't know, 7 or 8, and then I've never really stopped doing art ever since then. It's always been a part of my life that just was very constant. The biggest obstacle I had to overcome was myself, I would say. All of the things really that prevented me from having any kind of success as an artist were to do with my own insecurities, really, and my own lack of understanding. The short answer is my own ignorance, to be honest. I think that one of the things that I think has helped me is doing art all the time. You know, I don't ever really stop making art. That has certainly helped me to create a style that I think is unique and kind of definitive to me. Over the years I've had sporadic moments of getting paid to make work, but it was never consistent. I can't remember exactly the first one, but the one that feels most important, yeah, maybe 3 years ago I was asked by a couple to produce a painting that would be the centerpiece of their new home. That was the first really big commission that I ever received. That was for an amount of money that was unknown to me until that point. You know, that was certainly the biggest one I'd ever had at that point. And it was important because it's things like that, when they happen, that although I suppose they shouldn't, in a way, they kind of make you feel legitimate as an artist, or they did at that point. The experience of being alive and attempting to come to an understanding of reality and what it means to be alive and be a human being in the world. If you look at my work, you can see the inspiration that's come from many kind of well-known artists, I think. People like Picasso and Matisse, and, like I said earlier, Monet and Basquiat. I'm inspired as well by, you know, my partner Arizona. She's one of my favourite artists as well. She works, and her kind of constant stream of creativity and ideas, and obviously living with someone like that is amazing, because you're constantly taking inspiration. My favourite art medium is whatever is to hand. You know, that's how I've always worked. So wherever I am, I'll use what's there. You know, I like it to. That's kind of one of the reasons you see my desk here. It's really messy, and this is a bit too messy. But like, I like there to be all kinds of random stuff around, because that, I think, enhances your creativity in the sense that you're always just looking for ways to use what's there in order to make art. Just do art all the time. If you make art like breathing, you know, if you make it like a part of your life in the same way that your kind of basic bodily functions are, you're going to improve very quickly, and you're going to start to find what it is that you have to say and you have to express that nobody else can. Well, I mean, it's life itself. As human beings, we are inherently creative entities and creative spirits. Well, we create our life. We're constantly making things. We're constantly making our own reality through our physical actions and through our thoughts. Again, there's no distinction between creativity and life. Like there's an artwork that I made recently that kind of sums it up, where it's not there. I was just imagining that it was there, and it just says art is the same thing as life. And I suppose that's, you know, a paraphrase to the answer. Creativity is the same thing as life. Oh, it depends on what it is, you know. I mean, a lot of the things that I do take seconds, you know, like something like this. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but like this is something that, you know, will take 30 seconds, maybe a minute, because I do it very quickly. And then something like that will take many hours, you know. But regardless of how long they take, and obviously the process is, from a technical point of view, the process is different. It's all, for me, it's all the same thing. It's all coming from the same place. I really like, do you know Oliver, the musical? I love that film. That's definitely one of my favourite films. I really like this film called White Fang, which is about a wolf. It's a Disney film. The Lurner Prize is the name, and obviously it's a take on the Turner Prize. My partner Arizona, it was actually her idea initially that we create an art prize. We wanted to make an art prize specifically for people who have never studied art and are self-taught, as the both of us are, because, and this relates back to what I've been talking about, we both have a very strong conviction in the idea that creativity is really important in encouraging people to make art, especially people who haven't come through the system, and who might feel alienated because of that lack of formal education. We want to try to demonstrate that there are ways as independent artists to create your own structures and, you know, your own prizes, and without having to kind of be a part of the establishment institutions of art.